Andrew Tate is a man who barely needs an introduction at this stage, a man who attracts support and controversy in equal measures. You all know him as a podcaster, a guru, and a former kickboxer, but what if we told you that there were some real reasons to see this guy as a potential crossover UFC success? Sure, he didn't choose that path in the end, but after this video, you'll have little doubt that he could have. Here's proof that Andrew Tate would have been a UFC champion. From the moment Tate stepped into the ring, it was clear that he possessed a natural aptitude for the striking arts. His lightning-fast kicks and devastating punches left opponents reeling, struggling to keep up with his relentless assault. With each fight, Tate's technique evolved, showcasing a refined understanding of timing, distance, and precision. Sure, he never did crack the elite levels of his sport, winning world titles in lower promotions rather than at the peaks of the game. But during his time in kickboxing, Andrew certainly did showcase a few very interesting ingredients, ones that very easily could have made him a global success in MMA if he did desire to go down that road. We're not necessarily talking about technical skills, although those are important. One of Tate's defining characteristics as a kickboxer was his unwavering work ethic. He was known to train tirelessly, pushing himself to the limits in pursuit of greatness. His grueling training sessions encompassed a rigorous blend of conditioning, technical drills, and sparring, leaving no stone unturned in his quest for perfection. This work ethic is something his modern-day fans will no doubt be aware of, and that no-excuses kind of attitude can be a major tool in any potential mixed martial arts arsenal. Tate's rise in the kickboxing ranks was solid. He quickly established himself as a strong force, capturing multiple championships in ISKA and earning the respect of his peers. In addition to his technical prowess, Tate possessed an indomitable spirit inside the ring. He refused to back down from any challenge, willingly stepping into the ring with fighters who were considered more experienced or formidable. This fearlessness earned him a reputation as a true warrior, someone who would leave everything inside the ring and never shy away from a battle. He even dove into a short pursuit of MMA, going 2-1 as an amateur before then going 2-1 as a pro. What's interesting here is that the most credentialed opponent Tate faced was actually Luke Barnett, a solid middleweight fighter who actually made it to the UFC later in his career. And if you wanted an interesting point to begin on, Tate beat Barnett on that night. Sure, it's not conclusive evidence, as both men were quite young, but Luke Barnett would turn pro, winning his first 8 fights, including his opening trio of outings in the UFC. When his streak finally did come to an end, it was against the modern top 10 talent Sean Strickland. Barnett made his debut 3 years after meeting Andrew Tate, so make of that what you will. Tate's dedication to his craft was further exemplified by his commitment to continuous improvement. He constantly sought out new techniques, studying the styles of other accomplished fighters and incorporating elements that complemented his own strengths. This adaptability and willingness to evolve allowed Tate to stay one step ahead of his opponents, making him a formidable force in the kickboxing world. Throughout his career, Tate faced a series of grueling battles against elite competition. Each fight presented a unique challenge, pushing him to new heights and testing his resolve. Whether it was overcoming adversity or delivering awe-inspiring knockouts, Tate's performances inside the ring were marked by a blend of skill, tenacity, and an unwavering desire for victory. He didn't always win, but that's the nature of a fighter's life in the mid-tiers of any sport. But what about his skills and mental tools would make him a good fit for MMA? Tate's background in kickboxing has honed his striking skills to a razor-sharp edge. His lightning-fast kicks and devastating punches have consistently dazzled audiences. His agility and explosive power, combined with his ability to read opponents, make him a formidable force in stand-up combat. Transferring these skills to the MMA cage would undoubtedly make him a compelling addition to the sport. But there's a lot more to MMA than just striking. And if he wanted to be successful, making sure that his other skills were up to par is paramount. What sets Tate apart from many other fighters is his background in chess. Chess requires strategic thinking, forward planning, and the ability to anticipate your opponent's moves. These mental attributes can be advantageous in the realm of another highly cerebral art in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Chess and BJJ share similarities in terms of strategy and the need for critical thinking. The ability to analyze positions, predict an opponent's next move, and execute calculated submissions can be enhanced by the logical approach cultivated through chess. Tate's experience in chess, a game he learned from his father, who was a master, could serve as a solid foundation for developing his BJJ skills, providing him with a unique advantage over his competitors. Moreover, we've witnessed numerous successful transitions from kickboxing to MMA in recent years. Fighters such as Israel Adesanya and Alex Pereira have seamlessly made the switch, demonstrating that elite striking skills can translate into the Octagon. Their journeys serve as inspiration for Tate, showcasing the potential for a smooth transition and immediate impact in the world of MMA. The hypothetical transition for Andrew Tate into MMA would not have been without its challenges. The sport demands a multifaceted skill set that extends beyond striking. Tate would need to dedicate himself to learning the intricacies of wrestling and BJJ to round out his arsenal. However, his athleticism, work ethic, and willingness to embrace new challenges could fuel his growth in these areas. Furthermore, Tate's marketability and charismatic persona could significantly contribute to his success in MMA. The sport thrives on captivating personalities and compelling narratives, and Tate's larger-than-life presence would undoubtedly capture the attention of fans and media alike. His ability to generate buzz and build a following could have expedited his rise through the ranks of MMA. Drawing in public attention is a great way to avoid the bad matchups in your division, and for Tate, there's little doubt that the UFC would have loved the idea of him in a title position. And when Uncle Dana and his team want you in a title position, they know exactly how to match you up to boost your chances. Just look at Alex Pereira. They knew they needed to make the Adesanya fight. So what did they do? Well, after he proved that he was at least good enough for the UFC, they gave Poatan the only guy in the top 15 who wouldn't try to wrestle him, Sean Strickland. He was number 6 at the time. Poatan was barely ranked, and it worked an absolute treat. If Tate was lacking any key areas as a fighter, you'd better believe that the UFC would stack the deck in his favor as much as they could, especially if he was really hitting it off with the fans. The combination of his explosive striking, mental acuity developed through chess, and his determination to conquer new challenges could create a captivating story in the realm of mixed martial arts. If he had chosen to pursue a career in the Octagon a few years ago, there's no doubt that Tate's natural charisma, charm, confidence, and ability to resonate with others would have positioned him as a draw on the level of legendary fighters like Conor McGregor or Israel Adesanya. His magnetic presence draws people in, capturing their attention and leaving a lasting impression. Whether it's inside the ring or in front of the camera, Tate's ability to connect with an audience is undeniable. His infectious energy and quick wit would have made him a fan favorite, generating a loyal following and creating a buzz around his fights. Furthermore, Tate's charm and confidence are unparalleled. He exudes an air of self-assurance that not only attracts attention but also inspires others. His unwavering belief in his abilities and his willingness to back up his words with actions would have made him a compelling figure in the UFC. Tate's confidence would have resonated with fans, drawing them to his fights in anticipation of witnessing his extraordinary skills and larger-than-life personality. In addition to his assertiveness, Tate possesses a unique ability to resonate with other men through his unapologetic demeanor, and this connection would have undoubtedly translated into a massive fan base. Because, let's face it, MMA as a whole has a pretty big crossover with the type of people who dig Tate's content. And if he had the opportunity to mix both worlds into one, he could have a Colby Covington-like level of impact. To be honest, he'd probably be more believable as a character. But either way, it would be an easy sell to the MMA audience. Of that, there can be little doubt. If Tate had chosen to join the UFC a few years ago, his potential for stardom would have been further enhanced by the perfect timing of his entry into the promotion. During this period, the UFC was experiencing an explosion of popularity and mainstream attention. With his marketable image, entertaining fighting style, and ability to captivate audiences, Tate would have been able to ride this wave of momentum and become a household name. Drawing inspiration from the likes of Conor McGregor and Israel Adesanya, who have reached unparalleled levels of fame within the UFC, Tate's journey could have mirrored their meteoric rise. Just as McGregor's charisma and gift for promotion elevated him to superstardom, and Adesanya's captivating fighting style and magnetic personality made him a fan favorite, Tate possessed the necessary qualities to follow in their footsteps. In the world of mixed martial arts, success is not solely dependent on skill and talent. It is also influenced by an individual's ability to capture the imagination of fans. Andrew Tate possessed all the ingredients required to become a massive star in the UFC, generating an extraordinary level of interest in his fights and elevating him to the status of an iconic figure in the sport. While Andrew Tate did not ultimately pursue a career in the UFC and is likely finished as a combat sports athlete, unless he does enter the world of celebrity boxing, it's pretty clear that this guy has some of those special ingredients needed to become something uniquely dangerous within the sport as a whole. Well, I guess we'll never know. Did you enjoy this video? If you did, kindly like and subscribe to our channel so we can bring you more intriguing UFC videos like this. Until next time, do take care and do not forget to stay tuned for more great content.